Good afternoon. I can't even begin to describe what I'm feeling right now. It is absolutely surreal. I am humbled, I am honored. Mostly I feel incredibly blessed and a deep and overwhelming sense of gratitude. I don't even know how to begin to thank you. To our wonderful families, friends, and guests, on behalf of the board and the entire college community, I offer my warm and heartfelt welcome to Thomas College. To our distinguished delegates from colleges and universities all over the northeastern U.S., we are greatly honored by your presence, and thank you for your participation in this historic moment at our college. To our alumni, welcome home. We're so grateful for your return, and we hope that you will visit often and strengthen your ties to the current and future generations of Thomas College. To the faculty, administration, coaches, and staff who are the heart and soul of this great college, thank you for your hard work, your passion, your compassion, and the kindness that you've shown me. And to the current students of Thomas College, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me as we begin this journey of learning and growing together. And it's to you that I would like to address my opening remarks. As we begin, I need to be exceedingly clear with you and share 9 words about today's festivities, today's crowd, today's installation ceremony. 9 words. This is not about me. This is about you. At the heart of every college are the students that we serve. The development of your minds is our sole reason for existing. You represent the future. You are our hope. You are the living proof that education can and will transform lives. You are the embodiment of our dreams. So I begin for thanking you for sharing your day at our college with me. Before I get too far into this, I'd like to thank a couple of people who aren't here today. With your permission and indulgence, I'd like to dedicate this part of the program to them, my parents. Throughout this entire process, at every moment of self-doubt, and there were many of them, people just kept saying to me, "Don't worry, just be yourself. Don't worry, just be yourself." That was like the magic answer to every stress I had. So I've given a good deal of thought as to who has shaped my life. And like most of the people in this room, it is most certainly my parents. My dad can only be described as a character. Dad was born and raised in Greenville, served in the heat of battle in World War II, then worked his entire career as a manager of M.B.A. grocery stores. He had a high school education and made a living for our family by working extremely hard and very long hours. We didn't see him much except on Sundays when the store was closed. He took great pride in his work. He loved life, his family, his faith, hunting, fishing, bowling, golfing, and he did it all with a style of his very own. My mom was born and raised in Patton and did a 4-year nursing degree in 3 years to become a cadet nurse so that she could free up more experienced nurses to go over and serve in the war. Mom was calm and caring, a wonderful nurse. She loved people and was always kind and inclusive. We were welcomed into our home. She welcomed everybody. She was always feeding people, neighborhood children, new people who moved to the area, people who were alone for the holidays, anyone who stopped by. And while I never realized this until just a few months before her death, she was a statewide leader, serving as president of the Educational Honor Society, Delta Kappa Gamma, as president of the State Nurses Association, and was named School Nurse of the Year. To me, she was just Mom. Our life was simple. We lived in a small house We didn't own a great deal. We didn't travel very far, but we were very richly blessed. And my parents valued education because they knew it would give their children a greater future. I'm struck by the memory of the day that my mother called me at Bangor Savings Bank, where I was working as a summer teller. And she shared with me that the tuition bill had come for my junior year at Bowdoin College. She could hardly speak as she relayed that the bill for $10,000 was exactly what she and Dad had paid for our little house, the one they had worked so hard to purchase. It strikes me now how much my parents must have had to sacrifice for my education. My parents gave me many, many gifts during my childhood. The great love of family, a strong faith in God, two of the most wonderful sisters imaginable, precious childhood friends, and a supportive community. But two of the greatest gifts that they gave, I share with you today. My mom taught me gratitude, and my dad taught me to dream. So I honor their lives and spirits by sharing my gratitude and dreams for Thomas College. From the moment I was offered this job, I felt like I had two primary roles to play. First was to protect and steward the treasure of Thomas College. Second was to give the college wings to fly to the next level. From my time studying at Thomas for my M.B.A. and from serving on the board, I knew this was a special place. But it wasn't until I began the interview process and I began to understand more fully the depth and breadth of the treasures that are here. I want to share some insights to what I mean about the treasures of Thomas. At 9:30 in the morning on April 3rd, after grilling me for 85 straight minutes, the 9-person interview team very generously gave me 5 minutes to ask my questions. I directed my first question to a student on the team, Shelby Gilcott. I will never, ever forget that moment. I asked her what she expected out of her president and what would make her proud to introduce her president to her parents. Well, Shelby took a breath and then unleashed as clear, passionate, and articulate a vision as I've ever heard. It went something like this. I've been waiting for someone to ask me this. I know exactly what I want in a president. I want a person who will know my name, know who I am and where I come from. I want a president to get to know and appreciate every single student at Thomas because every student has value and contributes to our special community. I want to know your door will be open and that I can stop by when I have something I want to talk about. And I want a president who will know and care about my dreams. At that very moment, I knew not only what I needed to do, but how I needed to do it. In my first days here, we blew out the wall that blocked the view of the president's office. You really have to watch what you ask for around here because it will happen the next day. We replaced it with glass and a welcoming sign on the door, and of course provided a big bowl of candy to entice people in. This week, we instituted the new tradition at Thomas College thanks to the inspiration and guidance from my alma mater, Bowdoin College. We now have a leather-bound matriculation book and have started the process of inviting each and every student into my office so that I can meet them personally, have them sign the book, and officially become a part of Thomas College history. We've also created pages for all of Thomas's alumni, so when you come to visit campus, you can come in and recreate our history and reconnect with our future. And finally, in follow-up to the summer read, Tuesdays with Laurie, in October, I will institute Tuesdays with Laurie. And we'll hold an open house in my office one Tuesday every month. And we'll spend some portion of the afternoon over in the student commons just to have a chance to get to know you. So Shelby, thanks for making my marching orders very clear. And this was only the beginning, as the special character of this place would be further revealed in each and every encounter that I had. When I came to campus to be introduced to the Thomas community, I had lunch with 15 students. I was touched by their immediate comfort and candor with me, and their message was crystal clear. Thomas College is a very special community, a family, and whatever you do, please don't mess it up. I was struck by the fact that they asked for nothing for themselves, but spoke of the needs of others that I should address. They felt it was unfair that the adjunct professors were piled 3 and 4 in one office with no place for students to sit. Was there something I could do about that? And the athletic trainer, Pat Hubble, needed and help as much as she did as she was trying to serve all of our teams. That was unfair. Was there something I could do to help her? One student shared that she'd recently lost a brother in a tragic accident, and she told me how much she appreciated the support of the entire college community, especially Dr. Tom Edwards, our provost, who found a way to check on her and make sure she was okay each and every day. To be clear, highest-ranking official in the college quietly but consciously made time every single day to touch base with a student who was having a tough time. And I know he was not the only one to do that. This is very special indeed. When I was anxiously awaiting the board's official vote, I was so stressed and hungry, and precious sardine in the dining center made me a special meal. When I was moving into the office, the crew from physical plant, CJ, Jim, Mike, Wayne, and Dana, worked so patiently with me in moving what has to be a 1,000-pound conference table, a little bit to the left, no, a little bit to the right, and they hung with me through it all. And every day that I enter the building, I and every single student, employee, and visitor am greeted by a warm and welcoming hello from Rebecca. I am convinced that if God were to create a ray of sunshine in human form, it would be Rebecca Kane. One last treasure. On opening day, when all the faculty and staff met to launch the new year, I thought we would try an experiment. I had no idea if it would succeed or fail, and I mean, it could have failed miserably. But I asked a room full of nearly 100 people to introduce themselves and share what they were most thankful for or proud of in Thomas College. Recognizing that this could potentially be dreadful, I gave us an out that if it wasn't working, we'd take a break and reconsider. Well, 1 hour and 20 minutes later, you still could have heard a pin drop, as one by one, every member of this community shared what they were most proud of. Not only did the collective pride in this place and our work grow through the course of those 80 minutes, but the respect that was shown to each and every person, regardless of title or role, was a testament to the spirit of this wonderful community. Passion, respect, deep love, commitment to this college and to the transformative power of education. I see it in the legacy of George Span's leadership. I see it in the board's generosity of their time, talent, and treasure. I see it in the faculty with their laser focus in delivering an excellent education to our students. I see it in the coaches who go above and beyond to support their athletes. I see it in our staff who serves the entire community and ensures that all students and visitors have a quality experience at Thomas. I see it in my most trusted assistant, Jean Crost, who has served this college's leaders for a quarter of a century. And I see it in our student body, many of whom hold as many as 2 or 3 jobs while earning their degree. These are treasures worth protecting, and I am greatly humbled by the opportunity to serve and very thankful to be in this special place.